trying to do everything that y'all can in the spirit and everything in your vibration to get money, but yo, your spending habits is trash. Your spending habits is garbage, dog. So welcome back to Livelikelo. So I kind of wanted to talk to you guys today about what it really means to get organized. But Spirit was like, y'all need to get organized financially. Like, y'all be doing abundance and prosperity spells. Y'all be out here trying to manifest money and like trying to do everything that y'all can in the spirit and everything in your vibration to get money, but yo, your spending habits is trash. Your spending habits is garbage, dog. And then on top of that, you have the nerve to keep asking for more, but it's like, when you get more, what you gonna do with it? Because you don't have a proper how you're supposed to take that dime that source gives you and create a dollar. Now, that's just an example, but it's like, okay, well, how can you make money, off the abundance that source gives you? And sometimes source doesn't give you abundance. Like, you might be like, I want infinite abundance. And then source like, okay, you get infinite abundance, but then you don't see it. And it's because it has been placed within you, but you don't even know how to pull that thing out and use it because you feel like, oh, I shouldn't charge for this, or I'm charging way too little because I don't have this, or I'm not this, or blah, blah, blah. And it's like, what is your time worth? What are you worth? Like, so today, that's what we're going to be talking about. Get your finances together first. So what I want to do is, I'm just going to tell you, okay, so come up with a financial. It's going to look different for a lot of people. If you're someone that has like a 9-to-5 type of job, or like a shift kind of job, like, you would probably be better budgeting your stuff. I forgot what's that guy's name, but you'll be better budgeting your stuff in like a Dave Ramsey kind of way, where you take out a certain amount of money and you divvy it up into your little envelopes, like for bills and stuff, or whatever you're going to use that money for, and then use it like that. Or just budgeting like your cards and stuff like that. If you are someone that's like an entrepreneur, so it's kind of like a hit or miss some months. Like, some months you got it, some months you don't. Sometimes it's this, sometimes it's that. It's like, you need to stop spending what you have. Just cut it. Stop spending what you have and like really sit down and come down with a plan. Like, if you know you get set amount of money every month from your day job, and you're like, okay, a successful business, but you want it to grow more, like, okay, so my average income every month is this, and the minimum amount of income that I will receive in a month is this. So what Spirit was telling me is, it base your budget off your minimum, not your maximum. Because if you base off your maximum, you'll always be in lack when your down season comes. So when your up season is up, that's great. That's abundance. That's over the top. But when your down season comes, what is the threshold that's going to keep you running? What's the threshold that's going to keep all of your home bills paid, all of your business bills paid, or all of your bills paid for you to get back and forth to work, or to buy uniforms, or to buy whatever it is that you need in order for you to sustain going to work, for you in order to sustain yourself? You know what I'm saying? And then budget that out, right? So you get $2,000 a month. Your rent is $900. That means that almost half of your money is gone from the jump, right? Then you probably have a car, you got insurance, people don't really have TV anymore. It's kind of like your subscription. So then you got your subscriptions. You have your water bill, your electric bill, or your gas bill. And then on top of all of that, you have your living expenses. You need to go get groceries. You need food. You need to put clothes on your kids' back. You need to have money for projects and all of this other stuff. Whatever you need money for, you need to write that shit down. Things that happen every single month without fail that you cannot like swipe past, write it down. Then you want to make categories like your utilities. What are your bills? All of your bills. Include your subscriptions in those bills, and look at the subscriptions that you have and reduce that thing down, because a lot of the time our money goes away in subscriptions because cable really isn't a thing anymore. But if you do have cable, then that too. You have like an emergency fund. Well, you're not going to be able to put a huge chunk of money every month into that emergency fund, but you do want to put a certain amount of money every month into that emergency fund, because an emergency doesn't happen every month. But when it does, you do want to have money for it. So whatever you can afford, if you can afford to put $50 aside, put $50. If you can afford to put $100, put $100. Whatever is basically whatever is left once you've taken care of your core needs. Core needs are going to be your bills, your food, and your transportation to work, or your transportation to doing what you need to do to get your money. You know what I'm saying? After that, you need to look at, okay, so this is what I do for my spiritual practice every month. How can I budget that out better? Okay, cool. I can allocate $100 to this every month, and whatever I don't use, I put back in that same thing. So say for example, this month all I do is I go buy candles for my altar, right? It usually costs me about $100. So I go buy candles for that, but I allocated like $150. So now I have $50 left in that folder. I'm gonna leave that $50 in there, because next month I'll be able to like when I divvy up my money again, same thing. You're not really gonna change the amount of money for the first 3 months. Just divvy it up and live with it. Whatever is left at the end of the month, that's what you can go spend to do, Botunk, whatever. Or you can choose to save that money and use it when you're ready. I suggest that you dial back on everything frivolous for the first 2 months so that you can really see where your finances are going. And then, like, say for example, like you like going to get your nails done. Don't be going for extra polish changes. Don't be going in there. So like every little thing, like go get your nails done, go get your filling, whatever it is, and then stretch it as long as you can so that you can understand how you're holding your money. Now, there are certain things that you're going to need for your image, blah, blah, blah. But you have to prioritize your life so that you can get things underway. So step 1, make a plan, right? Step 2, follow the plan. Step 3, don't listen to the ego in there. Don't listen to that person in there talking about, we got a little $50 over here and we could, no. Okay? Follow the plan. Stick to it. Do what you said you were going to do, right? Then my second tip is find something to invest in and then create an investment plan. If you've never invested before, I encourage you to just create a savings plan for your investments. So basically you would create an account, or you could create a box or something. And then basically every month you would put a certain amount of money into that box that you're saving up for your investment account. It doesn't mean that you're investing with it now, but you're saving up to have the money to invest. So for example, if you want to start your investing account with $1,000, you're going to save up $1,000 and then you're going to invest that money. And because you're not hurting for that money because you've budgeted, you're less likely to dip into it, basically. So basically, once you've done this investment plan, stick to it. Learn about, just every single day, make sure that you're learning about your investment. So I'll give you an example. 5 years ago was a year before I had my daughter, I was learning about investing. So I didn't really have the money to invest, but what I would do is at the end of every month, I would have a couple $100. I have $100 or $200 left over, or $50 or $25, whatever I had left in my account before my check deposited. I would take that money out and I would put that into my savings account for my investing. Did I invest that money immediately? No. I saved that money almost up for an entire year before I moved any of that money into my investing account. What you want to do is learn what you're going to invest in. So if you're one of those people who are going to invest in Forex, you need to do extensive research on the pairs that you think that you want to invest in. And you need to understand the ins and outs of it. If you're going to invest in the stock market, you need to understand, like, what stocks am I looking at? I'm going to research them. I'm going to understand, like, when does this company usually hit their lower low for the year? You know what I'm saying? And where are they in standing throughout the time that they've been on the stock market? During the last 5 years, where have they been? Have they been on an uptrend? Are they on a downtrend? You know what I'm saying? What did they start? What was their starting price? And now what is their price? Now go back through the years. Okay, so their higher highs are usually in May. So when I buy in, I want to buy in during the lower low time. So if their lower low time is just after Christmas, because that's when their business gets the most, like, they get a lot of sales during Christmas and then get a lot of sales going into the summer. Okay, so I know that during Christmas, their stock price is going to inflate. But I know just after that, right before New Year's, their stock dips hard at the very end of that fourth quarter. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to allocate my funds. I'm going to plan how much I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy it. And then I'm going to hold. Am I going to hold, or am I going to do a short-term hold? Am I going to wait till they get to their higher high next year in May or April and then sell? Or am I going to keep it because this company has dividends? You know what I'm saying? Some people may have followed me there. Some people may have got lost in the sauce. But that's my point, right? And so, like, even with real estate, like, if you're a real estate person, like, okay, right now, at the time of me filming this, our market is in inflation. Everything is expensive, right? The truth of the matter is the market is not really doing that great. You know what I'm saying? They're standing on stilts right now, especially in America for sure. The economy is standing on stilts. Like, if somebody was to knock that shit off his horse, like, we'd be done, right? Just looking at that, okay, so I know that right now, this is just an example, because I'm not really so much real estate, but if you're into real estate, I would tell you, just look deep into it. I can't give you as much information because I've been researching that myself, because that is my next goal, is to have multiple rentals. So for example, I trade Forex. So I'm gonna just give y'all guys a Forex example. So right now, the US dollar isn't doing well because it's in inflation. And so everything is expensive, because right now, like, Congress is going through this whole thing where they need to kind of get with it or get lost with some of this stuff with the budget, all of this and that. And basically, if they don't get it together soon, like, we're going to go into default, right? So you know this. Now, where do our payments go? Where do our government payments go? A lot of our money comes from China. We borrow money from we borrow most of our money from China, basically. Other countries that gain from the Chinese yen, or other countries that are adjacent to China that benefit from this. So basically any Asian country, right? Right now it's 2021 and it's October. It's like late October, right? Like 20th or something, right? If you look at the market right now, for the past week, all of the Asian coins, all of the Asian pairs have been, like, scaling up. Why? Because if the US goes into default, anything that's paired with the US dollar is going up, right? So then you go in, you put your trade in, and you get out. You know what I'm saying? Don't be greedy. Get your money and get out. Same thing with, I feel like if you're doing real estate, you have to know the market. Save your money. And then when you see the time to pounce onto a good deal, and what I'm telling you is, don't buy something because it's a good deal in the market now. Buy it because it's a good deal in the market, period. Because if it's not a good deal, period, then you're not going to have a lot of equity in your investment. Because when you're buying a rental property, or you're buying a property to Airbnb or to vacation, or you're building something like that, you want to make sure that every single dollar and dime and penny that you put into that place is going to, one, create equity. Two, is going to be lucrative during the period that you hold the property, and that it can pay for itself. If right now the cost of inflation is so bad that you can't, that the rent that you have to charge is also not going to cover it, that's not the investment for you. But you need to go through and figure that out. Now, there's other ways that you can invest, plenty of ways out there. These are just the ways that I personally have experienced or understand. So, but all I'm trying to tell you is to get an investment plan. Save your money, try to understand it, get into it. And it's like, it doesn't have to be your passion. It doesn't have to be your purpose, though you could find purpose there. You could get into crypto and be doing altcoins during altcoin season, which is basically the summertime. Around this time in October is when kind of like Bitcoin kind of rises to the top, and right after Christmas, like right around that Christmas time, it just whoop straight up. Right? Whatever you invest in, you need to learn the market, and don't allow yourself to get stuck into those pyramid schemes and other schemes that basically tell you they're going to trade for you, because ultimately in the end you will lose your money if you don't pull out sooner than later. Or the only way you're going to be able to get money is to sign other people up, and then that takes your power away from actually making money, because it requires other people and you destroy relationships. So these are kind of like my notes. There are also some other things, like sometimes you need to downsize if you're outliving your lifestyle. Please live within your means. If you cannot live within your means, you will always and forever be broke, no matter how much money you're paying. Like, me and my boyfriend always talk about this idea of being house poor, where it's like you have a nice car and you have a nice house, but it's like you're still living paycheck to paycheck because you didn't consider the financial load of things before you purchased them. So now you're stressed out trying to keep your house. So now you're stressed out trying to keep your car. Now you're stressed out trying to keep your insurance, trying to have to choose between paying your mortgage and paying your health coverage. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, some of those things don't matter. Or paying your rent, you know what I'm saying? Or paying for school, or whatever it is that you're doing. Just knowing that you have to budget. You have to. It is like 100% required. And it's like, I don't know if I'm speaking to somebody today, but somebody was thinking today, like, I need to change and do something. And it's like, okay, what you need to do as soon as you get off this video is you need to put in YouTube description bar how to budget for. You have a particular goal, how to budget for that. Then you need to understand how to budget my life, like how to budget. Go and watch whatever videos resonate with you. Learn from it. Take notes. And then how to create a budget plan. That is something that's like really important. Then you want to learn, how can I save money? So this is one thing. So like, say for example, like if you're like me, I've always had a lot of food stipulations. So like, there's certain things I can't eat. There's some certain things I choose not to eat. There's certain foods that I like, because of who I am, what I am, where I am, I have to eat a certain type of way. And so like, I don't eat gluten. And that right there is not self-imposed. Like, our low-key that just can't have that. I'm very sensitive. If I have it, I'm going to be pooty. I'm going to be on the toilet. I'm going to be sick. I might throw up. You know what I'm saying? So I know I can't have that. So I'm going to have to allocate the funds and spend extra money. I'm studying to be a holistic nutritionist. So I know I'm not going to be out here not eating grass-fed or organic whatever. And so I have to allocate my funds to that. And so what I'm telling you is, allocate your funds and understand where you're at. Some things you're not going to be able to have. Like, when me and my partner were first coming up, there were certain things that we couldn't have. So I had to figure out how to make it happen. I had to figure out, okay, well, if I go on this website, I can get manufacturer coupons. And when I go in, I can buy this amount of that thing. Like when Beyond Burgers first came out, I was basically vegan, okay? And like I was making my own stuff, and I was like, ugh, this takes so much time and it's so much money because you got to buy different ingredients when I could just walk in the store and pick up this burger, and even though it's $6, it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? For the amount of time and effort and money that I was putting into keeping all that stuff in my house, so it saved me space too. But what I found out was on their website, they had a lot of coupons. And because it was new to Georgia at the time, they would mail us coupons for them. And I would keep those coupons in my car when I would go to the store. Anytime I would stop by the store, I would go through my coupons. I make sure I have my coupons. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes, like, say, for example, if you shop at Kroger or Ralph's, which is basically the same thing, they have an app. And most places that you shop have an app. They give you coupons on the app just for using the app. You get certain things off. Like, say, for example, you're out of cleaning supplies. Before you even go to the store, even Target is really good for this too. You can go on there, find your coupons, put them all onto your card. When you scan your card from your app, all of your coupons are applied to your purchase. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? So what I'm trying to tell you is you need to figure out what your priorities are and budget for them. And then understand how can you save money doing the stuff that you need to do. And don't save money doing trash stuff. Save money by your standards. Basically, all I'm telling you is that you just need to get everything together. Budget yourself. Get everything in alignment with what you want. Make sure that you're not buying anything, that you're not doing anything, that you're not making any decisions that's not taking you towards your end goal. Simple. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. What's not going to be easy is dedicating yourself to what you said you were going to do. What's not going to be easy is doing it and sticking to it. What's not going to be easy, you know what I'm saying? Those things aren't easy at first, but they will become easy. And you have to have the will and the fortitude to create those habits, to create all of that stuff and let it happen. So that you can grow, so that you could be better, so that you could do better. Cha. I love you guys. I know this video was like mad long and I low-key was ranting. But I have like all of these notes from Spirit and all of these ideas that I had. And so I'm just trying to make sure that I put these videos out. I don't get stuck in something thinking about it too much or whatever. So I love you guys. Have a good day.